There we go. Yeah, I gotta send it to YouTube for you guys can get at least this part of it. We missed the design part, but that could be a problem. That could be a problem. Okay. Same old stuff usually. Big brushes, nice synthetics. You're going to need some nice synthetics today. I think that will be real helpful for when we need to do more clean cut marks in here. Those synthetics work great. But for the softer things like that, bristles work great, or a big brush, big soft brush will work fine too. Colors, got titanium white. We got some cad yellow light out. I got cad red light. Got cad orange. Cad orange is getting a little fishy. I also have some cad yellow medium or this deep out. That just was out from another left over from another paint. So here we have some gold ochre with a little bit of skin on it. Just get that out of there. Here we have tight Terra Rosa. Could be Venetian, could be oxide red light. I think this is oxide red light behind here. I think it's red oxide front. You can't see how they're so close. You can't even tell what they are. Here we have some alizarin crimson, or this is rose madder deep. If you are a Rembrandt guy. Here we have cobalt blue hue from Utrecht, phthalo green. I do have some transparent oxide out, and this is burnt umber, or burnt sienna, sorry, burnt sienna out. I was doing a thing on Saturday showing the difference between burnt sienna and transparent oxide. Transparent oxide is just a little yellower, and that's about it. I mean, barely a little yellower. So that's not a big deal. I mean, you can switch those two off pretty easily. Of course, my big brush and my other thing, paint eraser, just in case you need it. So I'll put these guys over here and grab them when I need them. Color-wise, yeah, lots of greens, lots of reds. So that's what we're going to start off with. Some warm reds and greens mixed together and get this stuff together and see what we come up with for these other things. So well, up one more time. Okay. Definitely greens, phthalo greens, and some blues maybe. Dark purples, definitely. I see some purples in there. So let's start with that. Make some phthalo greens with some alizarin mixes. One on the alizarin side. Well, that's not going to be on the alizarin side. And of course, look at this. How much red's in this painting, and I just used up all my alizarin. I'm sorry, I got to grab it out of my bag here. See if I can find it right off the bat or not. It's only a few colors. It'll be it's the last one. I thought is it the last one? Yeah, it's the last one in the bottom there. Ah. Anyway, this is just a Rose Madder Deep. There you go. Very close to Crimson. And we'll see. Maybe we might have to pull out another red just in case that one doesn't work, but it should. Let me see that one. See that one, pretty green. This one could go a little more red. Don't need that much though. Gosh, I'm not painting a very big one today either, and all of a sudden I'm making big old piles here. Okay, so we got that. The next one, you got phthalo green, just a little bit of phthalo green. I'm gonna go with, if you have transparent oxide, I'll be using that, and that's gonna give me a really warm green. One's gonna be on the brown, red, green, brown side. And the other one's gonna be on the greener side. And if you did wanted to do, don't have transparent, if you wanted to use burnt sienna, I'm sure that would work great too. I mean, I could try it for you. Here, let me try one. Here. This is phthalo green. This is burnt sienna. So, as you can see, we'll see. Maybe that'll do something. Maybe we'll get the right color somehow through this thing. I don't know. So those are your basics, some basic greens. I want to do a couple ones with blue, just because we should. So if you have ochre, let's try some ochre and blue. This will be, looks like it's gonna be more right down the middle. Let's do one on the blue side then. Just use whatever we got left there, make a blue one. There we go. Bring this one back a little bit more ochre-y. Okay. That's interesting. Some more blues. Let's go cat orange and blue. Interesting. Not a, it's a lot like that one, but more intense. More rich, more sunny. Not exactly what I was thinking. All right, the last ones. Let's try this. Go back to phthalo. And I'm going to go with cat orange again. I don't want it. I'm going to start off with cat orange and phthalo green. Yeah. So this is on the, definitely on the green side. And well, this one probably won't get to the. I did what I did with the other one. Half that pile was old, so none of my CAD kind of came out. So I'm going to use, instead of using CAD, I'll use some of this yellow deep. So you could just use yellow and just a little bit of CAD red to it and get this color. You can see that's the color. Wow, that's really the color. Man, just a little bit more to it then. We'll just leave that there. That's a beauty color. That's a beautiful.
Jim, what was the last one?
This color up here was phthalo green and cat orange.
Okay, thank
But I ran out of cat orange after the first part of it. So I used, I had some yellow deep here, cad yellow deep. Let me try this. It's cad yellow deep. I can use yellow and just a little bit of red, cad red, and get this, should be able to get the same color. Oh, that's not going to do it. That will definitely not do it. But it will, should get closer to that. I would just a touch more green. Anyway, that's what I was thinking. So if you don't have, you probably don't, it was not a color we had on the list. So no worries. I think this could be pretty good. I think I'll take some of these guys and see, these guys gonna need some yellow in them. Some of these greens here, but some of these other ones I think I can get by with just adding a little white to and seeing what happens. So I'm going to take the cooler ones, or some of these top ones here. I think this one I'm going to save down here. These are oxide red, transparent oxide and green here, and I want to save some of that down here for some yellow. This is burnt sienna green. These guys I'm going to probably cut with yellow because they just don't have a whole lot of placement here. I'm going to leave that one alone. I think I'm going to leave these two alone because they're pretty much it. So I'm going to cut these last ones here with some yellow to see what happens. If I can get in here and get some things like background. You know, might be shooting the moon on here. I probably won't need all these colors. So cut value wise, I'm just looking at trying to get these guys up probably right around 5s. And then we're going to do basically flower colors after that. So these guys have yellow in them. This is burnt sienna. I want to try that with some yellow. Phthalo green and yellow and burnt sienna. Did not do much. Wow, that burnt sienna just held its own really well. And just kind of made a mud color. Well, let's see what happens with these guys. The green's transparent. Didn't do anything. I mean, that phthalo green just came right through that transparent oxide. Right there. This is on the oxide side, and it's pretty much the same thing. Where that's burnt sienna. That I guess burnt sienna has a little bit more power than transparent. These ones I want to add just a little bit of white to. Just a little bit. Almost too much. Now I'm probably going to use these guys near the top of the painting to some of the darker areas, I'm thinking. Keeping those guys real dark, using them all up there. All those colors up there. Then the greens coming down here. I got a bunch of greens here to play with. But you notice they're all pretty warm. Like even the blue ones went kind of warm up here. So anyway, we'll get to it. So let's make out some of these other, some of the flower colors here. I'm going to save this area here and start doing flower colors. definitely we need some darker reds, some dark reds. So I'm gonna start off with alizarin. And you can see it's in there, just a little bit too dark. Gonna lighten it, but I'm gonna lighten it. Let's lighten it with the cad red. That might be too much. No, it's pretty much right there. That'll be a pretty good one. You know, you might be able to take this a little darker, on the darker side with the alizarin too. And then might even take it to a brighter side over here with almost a lot more cad red into it. A little bit of that. So you got a little bit of that going into that area there. I like that. I would probably also keep it coming and see about getting that orange out of there. These might all be way too strong. They're going to need some white.
Well, what's that last one, Jim? The orange one?
This one right here, just a little bit of that cad red mix of with alizarin, mostly a cad red, and I just put a little cad orange in it. But right now I'm out of cad orange, so I'm using what is that? The yellow deep, cad yellow deep into it, in that, which I figure you can make with just cad. This is just cad yellow. If I used that, I probably would have got the same, pretty much the same color. So yeah, cad yellow would have been fine too. Basically, cad yellow deep just has a little yellow cad red into it. That's all it is. So there's some basic orange, yellow, orange colors. If we take a piece of each one of these, do over here, cad red, cad oranges, and we have just a little bit of white to each one. Say about value about a 4. So it might not be a whole lot. Maybe see. I want to see what color pink I'm getting. And yeah, it's, yeah, it can be in there. Might need a little bit more white, so we might take it one more step. So, but this pink color, basically, that's from this one, is nothing more than alizarin and just a little cad red mix. Different mixes. Basically, we did one was pretty half and half, but then we went back and did one on the heavier alizarin side, and then we did one on the heavier cad red side. And that's what we're finding out right here with the pinks, which will, you know, which one has a little more warmth. Anything with cad should have just a little bit more warmth than the alizarin. I'm probably going to do one pure one of each of those two. And then these are cad oranges mixes, trying to get in here. They will fit in there nicely. Not much of a, so this one had just a little more red in it, and so that came from up here. That has the deep in it. Okay, so I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do is also take these guys and hit just a little bit more cad yellow into these guys, because we do have some more stronger yellows popping out here. But they're going to have just a touch of orange in them, so they're not going to be built off of, they're all built off each other, and that's perfect. Same here. A lot more yellow, just a little bit of, well, that's a good strong color. Didn't do much, didn't move. Those two can go together. They don't need much. And then bring these guys down, hit them with a lot of white. We need some warm yellow whites sometimes in here. That might be too much. And these might be just, might have to go just a little bit more pure on that. Just a little more pure color than just too much red in it. So it might be just more cad yellow and white. Be close to what I need. So this last one's just cad yellow and white. I could do this. I want to try. This is, I do not use this color hardly at all. This deep. I just happen to have it out for something. I can't remember what I used it for. It's pretty creamy. I want to do some pink ones too. Just straight pink whites. So that would be just a touch of alizarin and white. We're going to get a nice cool pink. You can see the difference. That's a cool pink compared to a warm pink right above it. Just good to have that because you can see that in a few of these spots in these guys. Just near the end, well, it's always good to have it. Let's see what a cad red here does with white. And that should do it. That's your high key colors. I might even take a yellows, some of these yellows, these guys. I should have took these guys too, add some white to them. Yeah. Just a touch of white to this. This is I'll talk to you back to this one at the end. These two here. These guys are going to end up probably doing a long day, some good damage on this painting. That's blue and some of that cad orange. Or, well, it's not cad orange now. I'll take these greens down with some white. And then that'll be it. See if I get any stalks out of here. Okay, you start to get it. You start to get it. Start to work. That works. Let's see how this one works. This is transparent oxide in green. Let me see this. Let me do this one. Burnt sienna. I'm going to put just a touch more green into it. Or just turn muddy. Yeah, it didn't do anything. It just stayed. But I can use it for cement. Maybe I'll get my cement out of that color. Yeah, I didn't get really anything for the bricks. That's the thing. I didn't get a kind of a grayed out one. That's because I didn't use oxide red. I should have, if I used regular oxide red and phthalo green, I would have gotten that. Okay. I can get the bricks out of this color here. I'll go through the colors real quick here. And I'm going to tone it probably with transparent burnt sienna or transparent oxide. Would be a good toning canvas. So there's your bricks up here. Just basically simple Terra Rosa or oxide red light mixed with phthalo green. on the red side. You got it. Here we go. So some of these darker colors are going to go pretty much in the middle of the painting. Going first, we got phthalo green and alizarin here on these two, coming down with white. Over here we have phthalo green and transparent oxide red, and coming down with just a little bit of white. Over here, I tried to see what burnt sienna did with phthalo green, and it didn't do too much. I mean, it's totally different than when it ends up in the mix than the transparent oxide. Over here, we did. I'm trying to think, what did I do? Did I go to the blue side already? No. I did say blue here. I can see the blue. So I probably went ochre and blue together. And then I did blue and cat orange. Over here, I did phthalo green and cat orange. That's what I did. Okay. Then you can see so phthalo green, cat orange, and blue and fake cat orange. What the difference is when you really pretty striking. Then I brought them all down. These guys I added just yellow to. I think I added white to these two. Over here, I was just trying to see something about, trying to mix up cad yellow. The cad yellow deep with just a little bit of yellow and just a touch of red in phthalo green. I'm trying to get that same color. Just did not go on the phthalo green side, just a little bit too much red in that color. But no, it's pretty much it. Over here, we went with oxide red and transparent oxide red and phthalo green mixes right here with yellow on them. And then we brought them down, just cut them with a little bit of white. And then we started working on flower colors. I wanted to start with the insides. They're pretty simple. I did want to have a few variations for the insides and some of the structures. So we got one here with glycerin and just a little bit of cad red in it. Then we have one with just a little bit more cad red in it. And then we have one that's a lot more cad red with just a little bit of alizarin in it. We took those guys down and brought them down here and added a lot of white to them to get these pinks. See if we can start getting some of these pinks out of them. Which one's going to work? You know, some of these guys can work farther back in the painting. Some of these guys will work closer to us. Also, over here we added some cad yellow to this color. This is adding cad yellow. This is adding cad yellow deep to it. Bringing those two down. This is the deep. It has just a little more red in it than the yellow did. And then we added some more cad yellow to them, brought them down, and got a little creamy. It's okay, but it's not rich enough. And we needed some yellow coming through at the end for these little spots in these guys that are really going to end up doing a lot of the shaping color. So that's just cad yellow and white, most a little bit more, not too heavy in the cad white area. So we've got the really yellow starting to show through, and it's not chalky yet. Here we got just basic colors. We got cad red with white, and we have alizarin crimson with white. A lot of white. Just trying to keep these guys up here, seeing where we can use them, and things like that. And up here we just did oxide red. I did transparent. No, I did oxide red light with phthalo green, and this on the red side. Just add a little bit of white to it, just to get some of these brick colors. I'll put it in, and I'll probably put some of these greens into it too, or blues or purple, mixing that up. And then we got our dark for up here. All right. There we go. Any questions? We'll go off to Flowerland. I guess so. We'll get everything up. Move some things around. Wow, a lot of people here tonight. Okay, I'm gonna bring it in as close as I can. That's about it, though. Not that close. I'll bring it in at the end. Like I said, I'm just going to tone it pretty simple. Canvas, just a little oxide, transparent oxide. I want a little warm tone to it, richness to it. I was at a workshop. I was at the OPA convention, and they had this guy. You guys might know him, Daniel Keys. He was doing a demo on tulips and stuff. Beautiful stuff, wonderful. And he started to have a nice warm tone to it. So that's where I'm stealing. I'm gonna work with that. Get a nice warm tone in here. Okay, we're done. See you guys next week. That was easy. Wow. This is just a small one. I'm just doing a 12 by 16 here. Nothing big. All right, I'm going to draw in a little bit of this. Think about where this goes. There's not going to be a whole lot of drawing on this one, I must say, just because of, everything's kind of like strokes and things like that. And, I'm not going to paint around those kind of things. So. All right, back to the oxide. I'm going to keep it pretty far down here, maybe not all the way to the bottom, but keep that rich color down low.
Is that just straight oxide red again?
Yeah, that's just transparent oxide red. That's transparent or burnt sienna.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I get like in the middle of class that he decides to switch colors on you guys. I do that. Okay. There's my drawing. It looks like everything's kind of smooshing out. You can start to see, where the tulips are and everything. It's basically color by numbers now. It's just basically just fill in the spots, right? That's that simple. What am I talking about? I had no idea. No, I just want to get this warmth in here underneath because I want everything dark to have a piece of that. So when I go here next to this is alizarin and phthalo green, and I start to put it in down in here, it's going to have just that little warmth around it to get in here. I'm just going to be painting spots right for right now. looking at these areas here, I'm going to start warm reds at the bottom. So more alizarin and this oxide red mix in the bottom. As I trail up to the sections up here, I'll be going to the phthalo green side. A little bit more here now. Not going to blend too much either, because that's the thing. I'm going to take that phthalo green all the way to the top. And we'll see if what happens up here. We stay with that stay with the vignette feel or not. Let's just see how it comes out. I mean, that's what I have in here right now, is this kind of a vignette, kind of a swish thing. Well, let's just see what happens here. I'm just going to be going through my colors a little bit here. Get my phthalo greens back in here, coming down. Just barely touching here.
Which color is that now?
Alizarin, phthalo green and alizarin on the phthalo green side. This down here is the alizarin side. And I'll be just I'm looking just for dark holes and getting in the right area, and then the next color will tighten it up. And then the next color after that will tighten it up. So I'm going to keep this really kind of dark. I think I'm going to keep this a little darker there, because I want those stalks to pop out of here. That negative area here. If I don't have it dark now, I'll have to put it in later. It just doesn't go in the same. Just doesn't feel as nice. So I'm going to keep it pretty dark. Work it off the bottom a little bit so it has some place to come in. All right. Yeah, that looks just like it. It's like could be a photograph so well. I mean, unbelievable.
How heavy is that paint in the darkest bits?
This stuff,
Yeah.
not too heavy. I mean, it's basically full coverage, but some areas down in here is, it's really heavy. I mean, I guess, it's the first place I put it. It's down there like that,
Okay.
and then I thin it out. I'll brush it out a little bit to the outside. So that's all. I'm not telling you any more secrets. I've seen your last few paintings. You don't get any more secrets. You have filled your quota. You asked too many good questions. Okay. All right. I'm going to blend that out. I don't like that line. I don't want the line showing too much. Okay. So we got our darks, got this, got a little feeling for it, for the shape. Now what? I have no idea. No, I'm just going to move down. Basically, I'm just going to go through my greens and stuff and start seeing where these greens start to come in. These are transparent oxide red with green, alizarin, or phthalo green. And I just want to see how I start to work this guy in here. Especially on the edges, I think he's going to be a little bit more interesting. This is probably on the, let me see, I'm not sure if that's on the green side or, yeah, this is on the red side, in fact. So It's a little tough on this one. This one's going to be a little weird because of uh, my drawing and everything's not going to show up till the end. It's all going to be just kind of a blurry effect, right? It's not going to have, and then I'm just going to pull out 3 or 4 tulips out of there and everything else, and just pull out a few couple leaves down in here, and that's might be enough. That's what you'll just keep building, but I'm hoping, I'm not going to end up painting everything. I'll be just pulling out the leaves I like, the ones, spikes, and some of the bigger ones at the bottom. A couple of little things there I like, and see if I can recreate them in 1 or 2 brush strokes. Okay. All right. Let's say that's that. I'm going to pull out, grab my eraser here. I'm going to make sure I have a good placement on this big one here. I want to make him right in here. So he's going to get just a little bit more on this side. Here we go. I'm just pulling out some of the paint out of him. And then look for this guy down in here. I'm going to just do kind of like I did with the fish, just, you put in the background and then you just take out the color, take out the shape. Because I know one of the things, just thinking to myself when I was doing this, going, well, this would be nice but I kind of need to get these this color over this mass of color, and it's not going to be very pretty. I mean, it's not it will not come out clean. So this is pretty much one of the coolest ways I know of getting it clean paint and stuff. So I'm just going to build these guys together a little bit.
It's 9 o'clock.
Hey, it's 9 o'clock already. What can it be 9 o'clock? It's not.
Sorry, that was my little chime.
Your English time chime. Funny. So, and then she's right. I think this one over here, over here on this side would be nice to have too, importance wise. Just trying to make sure that, this guy appears, you're going to be a little bit bigger than everybody else, just a hair bigger. And then this guy, and then these two together, and then this guy over here. And then you got some pink ones. Then you got pink ones. Then you got a more orange one. So you got that one, and then you got your bigger pink one here. And your other pink one there. The pink one over here reaching out, and he's got just a nice, just like a beautiful shadow on him caused by the photographer. And that could have been one of my dogs coming in too. They just wanted to get in the scene too. As soon as I'll get right over there. So I'll just do these guys and everything else. This one here, there's this one here, it's kind of big. And this one back here. Okay. go through and just pull these colors out just a little. I push them, basically this just pushes them to the side, So if I don't get that color, don't grab that color, it'll end up back in the painting a little bit, but that's okay. As long as I have this one set, I'm good. All you got to do is prove that you can paint one flower, and the rest you can get away with. No one will question the rest. Okay. Tired. That's it. That's it. Well, sorry, I'm making a lot of noise here. Thinking, should I go with green? I got all my greens next. It's like jumping the gun to go to the reds. So I'm gonna go with the greens. I'm gonna stay with the synthetic. And we'll probably just go through some more greens, some lighter greens. I might not be into the top greens very long here. But let's see. I'm just gonna go through, just warm up. And just clean up a couple edges here, these guys. Trying to find my way, find my way a little bit. So everybody excited about doing the workshop this weekend in South Haven? Oh, here's your that leaf we were talking about doing. We're trying to do it one stroke and then coming back with seeing if you can do it in one stroke, second stroke here, just twisting your brush. I don't know. It was a little too soon for this. Like I said, I'm out of my element here, painting flowers. But flowers, anything you do is, as long as you have your process, you go through your process, you go through your colors, go through, get your darks in, and go through your midtones. You always got the drawing. You got your basic drawing and design work to fall back on. It shouldn't be any big deal. So, that's just one way to do it, and then probably come back and just soften it just a few spots. There you go. Yeah, most of this stuff is like going to be like negative painting. I'm going to be painting the negative out. I painted in the darks, and now I'm going to have to paint in the, leave these shadows and stuff when I do these other pieces. Let me see about this one. I need a little more purple or phthalo greenish. So we're going to need a few colors. As far as going back in space, I'm going to be using a little more cooler phthalo green into my colors as I go back. As I go back to leaf-wise shapes, anything from the middle all the way to the top is going to be on the phthalo green, and I got phthalo green right now in cad orange, but it's on the phthalo green side with white. And that's what I was thinking, like in here, going any of these stripes that go shoot through here would be more in that value, that coolness. And then work its way back down. And as I get to the other part, I'll just switch over and go to the warm side of it. Come back in and hit a few of these guys just with a little bit more warmth. Trying not to get too mushy. And I figure if I get, think about getting those long ones in here like this, the long spikes, that'll at least tell me where I am in the painting. And then I can just kind of start to cut it up a little bit as I go. It'll cut itself up a little bit. Like right in here, this one comes down. Okay. But these are even the brighter ones. I'm just using the synthetic. It's just so perfect for these lines. I mean, that's the thing. You just twist it. You just open it up just a hair. When you're bringing it down, you can get that. It'll just make these beautiful lines for you. Okay. Might need a little bit bigger brush now. Thinking about putting in some of these couple bigger spots down in here. I kind of need my big brush for that. Greens I want though. I'm not sure which one I want. I want a cooler one. Not too strong. I'm going to see if I can start with it twisted. Bring it out and lay it back down. Come back in. Get that in there right. Let's do it again. Here. That one would have been good if I would have had just a touch of oil on the brush and enough paint. I would have came off just right. Pretty close to right. And that's the thing. I'm just putting in lead markings, but not each one's never going to be the exact shape. So I have to consider about the next shape going next to it. How do I fill that same kind of area with a nice shape? So since I didn't do the perfect shape, I'll see if I can do something that's next to it to compensate for not doing a great shape. Do a better shape. For the next leaf. Okay, I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to start off skinny here. Open, and then open it up. Twist it in here. What I was trying to do is just start off with clean paint and then let it go to dirty paint. Let the paint, as it picked up color, let that do all the work for me, so I don't basically just follow it with one stroke. Yeah, I might have to come back in and do the top stroke over again. But as you can see, now it's starting to fill up really quickly. And so now I'm gonna have to start really making my picks a little bit cleaner. You know, one of the things you gotta find the stalk. Make sure that, you know, you're painting that and it's in there. And that's it. That's all I'm going to be doing the rest of this for these guys. Just going to be touching few areas in the back. One of the things also I love when they go through shadows. I like letting the shadows kind of be all encompassing, and then just doing, you know, the light on one side and the light on the other side, and let the eye figure out how the two got through that shadow. So that's what I'm looking at there. Let me get these two together. Okay. Well, the nice thing about doing tulips, is that you don't have to do a bunch of leaves, spreading out and things like that. You're doing just these cups, beautiful cups of color. So I think that's really cool. And they just had a big thing up in Holland, Michigan over the weekend on tulips too. We had their big tulip festival going on. Okay. That's enough. That's enough of those guys. Clean that off. I'm just got to go to the big brush. I think I'm going to start off with a bristle brush first. For a big bristle brush, yeah, let's do it that way first. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to come back and cut in, do all my final cleanups and stuff with the synthetic. So getting in this stuff, let's go in. I'm going to put in some of the reds, strong reds in the bottom of these guys coming in. And just draw it out a little bit. Gonna do pink on this side, a little more orange on that side. See, if I didn't pull out that color, I would never be able to get that to work. Okay. Now that my brush is just has some red in it, I can just go in here and do a few more. Yeah, I'm just using the alizarin and Cad Red mix right now. And this is almost middle of the ground, almost right here. This is, so it might not be a ton of alizarin used by itself. That's okay. So I'm just getting my shapes. Might have to go a little more red on this one just because of I do have a lot of dark down in here. Getting that red to pop. And then you just got to really put it in there. Yeah, I'm not synthetic's going to do a lot of the work here, but definitely want to do as much as I can with a bristle before I get there. As I go back, it looks like they just get a little lighter, so maybe back in here they feel like they can get a little orangier. Missing one right there. Yeah, I can get some of these pink, started some of these pink ones here too, a little bit of the red on the outsides to get them going. Okay. That one cleaned out. We're gonna put it in. I gotta clean it out a bit. Okay. And see how I need to keep this height, get some height here. So make sure that just die at the top. So get something that kind of goes off the edge there a little bit. Okay, well that's pretty good so far. We'll take our time with this. I'm just going to move down, say that's sort of my reds in there. And move down and do some of these oranges. And then I got pinks to do, and we should be really close. So the oranges, I'm just going to make sure I get the good bright ones up top on this guy. I'm going to come back and do my final little edits with my synthetic, I think, on that. But I'm also kind of, also get a nice, clean, nice edge with your bristle too, but always just feels a little clumsier. This is the synthetic. when it's doing those little jobs. So I'm just gonna go around and place my oranges in, place my pinks in, place my things, and then come back and give each flower their individual attention a little bit. Just get the basic shapes things going here on these guys. Still going to be trying to break these guys all down into brushstroke shapes as I go, but so that's what I'm looking for right now is how's that brush, where's that brush start and where does it come down to? So they all get just a lot more stuff coming into them. Yeah. So this color, yeah, it's just that orange. Alizarin, phthalo green, no, alizarin, cad red, cad yellow added to it. Just a little cad yellow deep added to it too. Not a whole lot. That was that color. Just trying to keep the colors bright. I don't want to add too much white because as soon as we add white to these things, color drops. So I'm trying to keep, that's why I'm using cads and yellows and as my lights, trying to brighten them up. I'm gonna go to a little bit smaller brush in this one for my last stuff with the same thing coming in with more pinks coming in. Let's see how that happens. Let's at least work on these guys here, get some, see how that goes. Wouldn't be too bad. Get it in here. Going to be brightened up a lot. Keep that one darker back and behind here. That's right. All right. I'll be able to use some of these peaches back in here and start to pull them up. I'm gonna work for the bottom and pull them straight up and just flick the brush at the end so it doesn't go all the way to the top, but you'll get to do all the blending really quickly all the way up. And then some of these guys back in here just don't get a whole lot more than that they just got. Don't go in. Like I did not make a lot of this paint up. So I should be using it in these areas here. Just run it twice into the color. And you should get a nice blend. Without jumping without it. A little bright. Thought I'd get away with that one. Kind of jump the gun. Sometimes you just feel like I'm jumping the gun, going to the lighter colors too soon. And sometimes like that pink and stuff, just a little bit too quick. Okay. Just sneaking up. All right. Come back with just a little bit more red in these guys. I got a little too pinky, too quick. This one just too dark, too light. All right, I'm feeling good. Now I'm going to come back and I am going to go to a synthetic now. My yellows and my yellow whites, a little bit yellow, brighter oranges and stuff. Before I can just get them in a little stabbing way, like that. Definitely an orange there. So just gonna be digging in a little bit on these outside edges of the crater of these things. And just pulling down gently and then releasing halfway pressure wise to make sure that the paint softens as it comes off the brush. I can start around here and we start to make those lines that are, you know, beautiful little drawing lines that will tell the story of that flower. Like I said, we only have to hit like these front ones. So one by one, we're just going to go through them and hit these top edges. You might even touch of oil just to make sure that put them in there that the top of the line mark will really be a solid mark. Should be good after that to be able to go around this guy without doing it again. Don't want too hard of an edge all the way around. You always want it in the front of the flower. Front edge. At least that's what we have going. So here. You start to see the kind of the petals drooping up here around it on this one. Touch of oil, grab the paint, fresh paint, hit it again. That one's kind of neat because this one's kind of neat because it has, you can see just in the inside here a little bit. I love it's almost like it's cast, the one rim is casting a shadow across to the other side there, kind of looks like a Grand Canyon. But need to keep it nice and clean to be able to get that idea across. So it's a little more orange than that now. Okay. Yeah, each one's gonna just gotta go back into each one a little bit as we go. Shadow looks like it's just a little cooler on it. Just a little more cad red up top, come down and stuff. It's just a little bit too pinky. That shape right and all good. That one's good. Kind of gonna have to get that. Don't have stock for it. Just make sure it has one. All right, only a few more to do that really count. This big one, let's get this one, middle one here. Gonna go back in and want to clean up that red in the middle a little bit more. Get that. Get these things feel like they're spreading out a little bit wider than that one. And the bottom again, more alizarin in any of the shadows here, like shadows that come across here a little more. Oh, might be just a little too cool. Close enough. So I'm going to get that in, and I'm going to get the orange behind it, just like the last one, just kind of like that Grand Canyon thing here. Get the rim light. I think that's really what I like too, is the rim light of it. That was good here. I'm going to take that all the way across. That I'm going to change. Do it. Just doing shape. A little more red in the middle of these guys. Orange, red. Before I dig in there and dig these guys out. Yeah. Back onto the big one here. Let's finish him off. Definitely some orange on top. On the back inside here. Just a touch of oil. You can see how it just kind of felt dry going in there. Just needs to go in a little slicker. This line got to be closer. Well, that's the thing about half this stuff. how close you can come and leave a line, you know, leave that definition, you know, that little crease of a line. How close can you get to it within and still leave that thing? You know, that's always what I want. That's way too bright. Start talking and they kind of forget about it. Concentrate on color. That's supposed to be yellow anyway, so it's going to be in the value, but with white in it, it's just too bright. But we're getting there quickly. I think we've done water lilies a few times and stuff there. So, you know, I've done painted flowers, but I've never painted tulips. So it's interesting. I have now painted lilacs and a few things. As I go back, I'm not going to be probably cleaning my brush much, yellow wise. Maybe dabbing these guys in, trying to just see where the more yellow mark is, put it in and leave it and go. That way I get some nice distance and everything going. This guy's just a little closer than that, so he does get a little more up. And I'll start to get to my yellows, and I should be getting pretty close to some of the ready to go back to the greens a little bit at the end, and, you know, digging into those guys. Put a little more orange in the middle of that guy too. How's this guy looking? That one's not too bad. I can get it finished inside of this guy a little bit better. All right. Let's see. I'm on under my lighter colors now. Just here, I'm going to hit the yellow white. This is that yellow, just a touch of white into it. And I'm just going to go around and see where it goes. Oh, just a touch of oil, boy. Even that. Can't get that mark. It almost starts to glow. This guy a little bit. They're really getting the light in there. I'm just gonna drop my brush tip on some of these spots, just touch it. That's all you have to do. Pink ones need a lot of love yet. I gotta get to them. That one needs a little more light too. Okay, pink ones, lighter pinks. And this is that bright alizarin and white right here. Brightest color pretty much on the palette. Get a little orange. I'm going to put a little orange in the middle of the mouths of these things. Just that's a little bit too light. That one was. White on my brush to be able to put it back in right. Okay. So a lot of just a little finessing about softening of colors. Putting in a few more greens to lighten it up. No. Could not go in there. Go back and put in a couple of these greens that go in here. Well, lighter ones now. And go back and try to get a few of these, a little bit more work done down in here. These guys just a little flat, not. The painting changed a lot since I started here and stuff, so some of these things just need to be a little more finished now. Go a little bit brighter. Let me see this. Gonna need something to reach across here like this. Go across. Yeah. Break that line up. Yeah, break that up more. I'll look for a little stronger pinks, a few spots. That one just didn't get rich enough. A bit more. putting in a little more CAD red light. A little more CAD into it, more CAD into the richness. Just trying to get a little more richness into those pinks. Just that's better, but just a little bright. It's a lot closer. Because these pink ones need just a little bit of something. They're just too simple, color wise. And that's what I was getting right up here, was trying to get that richness with more pink, but it wasn't working. This one too, the same thing. It was just like turned chalky, too cool. Which is almost like these guys, almost a bit too cool. I'll just hit a few of these spotter ones back here. So that's really like CAD red and just white going back in here. Just really brings the over the top color right in here, especially in this one right here. It's the bottom one right here. This just getting into that front section will just help that one to read a little bit better. Especially that one too. This one. But it's always good to get a lot of color in there. As long as you get it right at the end. All right. Let's see, anything I'm missing besides some greens and more green stalks and stuff. Yeah. Okay, let's make sure they all have stalks and should be getting there. just didn't like all of it being like that. I just need the light was just pulling it right back there, wasn't stopping it. The light was just kept going. No, darkening it in and softening these things probably the better idea, but to keep that clean. At least for now, what I was thinking. We get a few little teeny touches. I'll need some taller ones. Got a couple spikes in here to do that. More tall ones. Yeah, need to get a few more darks back in here. Kind of just overdid it. Last little thing I'll probably just do is a few little knife work things. I'm gonna bring in a few little interesting scratches that we can just bring around here to loosen the painting up a little bit. It's getting just a little goofy. Should be good. Just put a little bit of knife work on the edges, just top edges. Yellow is, and just a few. These things just got a little. More than I need. I was hoping I was just going to be able to do that with my knot or with my brush, putting it in this cleanly, but well, you got to put it in with a knife. Get the stick, sharpen that edge up a lot, and I'll bring in a minute for a close up on it and just don't laugh. pink ones just never got them at the edge right. Okay, let me bring you in, and that's about as much as far as I can get right now. Thinking about it, I need to look at it again with a fresh eye. So let's bring it in. You start to see, where I was kind of trying to concentrate on a few of the guys. Making sure that one's right. As I can see them now, yeah, they look a little bit too light all the way in the back. So probably gonna tone those guys back down. But as we go. Well, we tried to do some tulips. Let's see how you guys did. With all that great help I did on this one. Let's see who's going to turn on their stuff. Let's see. There's Kim. Kim's right on the top again.
I'm here before it.
All right, let's see what Kim did.
Yeah, let me get this turned around without getting so much paint on my fingers.
Now, do you paint flowers very often, Kim?
No, never.
Really?
But
hey, there you go. Yes, you really got the real well-defined inside and out.
Yeah, there, a bit closer.
Yeah, you can start to see the insides. You really did get nice shapes on the insides, and the lighting is nice. It's yeah. I like I think the brick and stuff does help it a lot. It helps the story and keeps gives the tulip something to play off of. Good job on the reds on the pink ones too. You did a nice job on those. Nice, really good color there.
There's only like 2 or 3 colors that you're playing with. I have a hard time making these others not look like paint by numbers, really.
They are just, you really got to try to break it down into some decent brush strokes. Yeah. Good job on the good job on the greens too. Nice job. Good job all around, really. Okay, Carol.
Yeah,
let's see what you got, Carol.
Okay.
Lisa P, get your stuff on. Turn your. There she is. Now, Carol, do you paint flowers very often out there?
No.
No, it's kind of tough when you got a finger covering them up.
Oh, well. I paint fingers better.
Oh, really? Oh, wow, nice. Real. That's exciting. Good job on those tulips. So they really have, a good space. I like that.
Better.
The value change, the green and
yeah.
Yeah, I like your value change. You didn't go really too dark with the
No.
insides of the tulips and stuff, and it really helps. I think it kind of makes a nice, a little bit better design, so they're not as spotty.
Yeah, I got more work to do on it for sure.
Yeah, you do, but yeah, it's it's got a lot going for it so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. I might do a cactus next week.
Okay, you do a cactus.
I'm
There
kidding.
you go. You should. We should. We could do a cactus flower. You should have flowers on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Lisa. There we go, Lisa. Oh,
I fell behind.
what did you do? You
My I couldn't get the bright colors because it was picking up too much of the green, so I'm gonna let it sit for a bit. I just can't get the paint to come off the brush cleanly.
Yeah, I noticed. That's what I was having. That's why I had to scrape them all out. Just tried to
Yeah.
get that out of there because I knew it was never going to come in. Yeah, design wise, it's looking good. It's kind of like the gathering of the tulips in the one area and then shooting off to the outsides. It's good. And of course, your leaves are good. Look at that. I really love your brush strokes on the leaves already. Just pulling those guys through and out. They're really that was good. That's smart because those guys really should pull you into that painting. Those
Yeah.
bottom leaves, and
Yeah.
yours do. They did a nice job. Yeah. Otherwise than that, yeah. So far, just keep going. Yeah, let's block it
Yeah, I
in, put
will.
it up on the site.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
find time to paint. Good job. You
Thank
can quit
you, thank you.
all that gardening you've been doing.
That's priority number one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
get everything in.
Yeah,
I know. Okay, good job though.
thanks. Thank you.
All right, Kathleen, let's see what you got. There you go,
This
Kathleen. This should be. Now, Kathleen, do you paint a lot of flowers? Oh, nice. That moves really nice. That kind of goes from the bottom and really sways its way up there. Really nice. Has a nice little S shape to it, which is smart. Really smart. Instead of okay, greens and stuff are it's a work in progress. So I'm not gonna say a whole lot about it. I think it's really nice. I like some of what you're going after. Is good. So what do you think, Kathleen? Kathleen doesn't want to talk to us.
Can't hear me?
No, now I can. What do you want? Okay. Now we can.
Do I what?
What are you thinking, Kathleen? What do you like? You like it, or where you got going now?
I think my colors need to be softened, and I don't know what I'm doing with the foliage, but I'll just keep working on it
Okay.
like I
Yeah,
always do.
That's the thing is, you just keep working on it.
Yep.
Yeah, just figure out which ones are your important leaves,
Okay.
just like you did
Yeah,
with the
I get
tulips.
lost in the leaves. I just don't know what to do with them. But
Yeah,
yeah.
just really find the vertical ones, the ones that are really jump out, and then just let the minor ones sit back a little bit.
Okay.
I think you're coming along really well. I start to see some of the leaves in the corners and stuff, and they're coming along really well. So I think you're fine.
Thanks.
I mean, the tulip,
Okay.
you did good job of the basic on the tulips and stuff so far. So you'll be fine.
Okay. I'll keep
We
plugging
know
away.
that. Okay.
All right. Thanks, James.
All right. No
Maybe
problem.
just a
We got
little.
Linda coming up. We got Lori, turn your stuff on. You got, Marcia, turn your stuff on. Mike, you turn your stuff on. Sharon, turn your stuff on. Teresa, turn your stuff on. Come on, you folks. Get with the program. Here's Lori.
All right.
Hey, Lori.
Well, that's good.
All right.
Oh, gee, nice
Ready?
arrangement.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So what
I'm
are
a
you
little
thinking?
top heavy. Look at
Oh
that.
yeah, okay. Now I see the top. Yeah, those big ones at the top. Yeah. Yeah, I thought you were. Yeah, when you had a cut before, you looked like. Yeah, those four going across the top there. I mean, you got five really going across the top there. They're all kind of lining up at the same spot.
Yeah, they're
height.
not going back.
Yeah, yeah. So you gotta, you know, maybe if you did a couple smaller ones, even going farther back to the very
Okay.
top, taking it off the feigning, that'll pull those guys out of there and stuff. But watch how those guys are lining up because they're lining up perfectly in the, at the tops and bottoms and stuff.
Okay.
Those four, but that's about it. I mean, the other ones, the other ones are fitting the arrangement pretty nicely, moving around. Where those guys kind of come up there and just kind of hold you there. And so you're thinking about not putting anything in the background?
Oh, I have the start of the bricks.
Did you? Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, at the very top of it. Okay.
Yeah.
And the greens up there. Yeah. Yeah, you could just take put a few more tulips going all the way back a little bit, and you'll soften that line pretty easily.
Okay.
That's
right.
pretty nice. Otherwise, it's going. Hey, it's a good start. Real good start.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, Marcia, did you paint?
No, I didn't. I started too late.
You started too late.
I
What the heck?
came on too late. Sorry.
No worries. No worries. We'll talk
Hey,
to you.
Jim,
We'll
I
talk
got-
to you. We're going to Mike.
Yeah, I
Mike,
got one.
Mike. There we go, Mike. Let's see what Mike did. Bring it in, Mike. A little
Ready.
closer. 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 Oh, you went with that purple back? Or what are you thinking about that, huh?
Try
Yeah,
to
you said-
complement the green.
You can't, yeah, complimenting the green. It's cool. Let's see. Yeah, your flowers are really pretty popping out of that thing and stuff
Yeah.
really well. Yep. So what are you gonna do? Is you gonna soften a few of those greens down, make a few different variations of the green, right?
Yeah. I think I need to let the flowers dry a little bit. Like people were saying, they get smudgy after a while.
They do. If you don't do them just right and just leave them perfectly, yeah, they get a little goofy. Otherwise, your flowers look good. Can you come in a little closer? I want to see a couple by themselves. Yeah, that looks better, even better, Mike. That looks really good. Now you can see the stalks. I can see this. Yeah, there's stems of them. Good job so far, color-wise. Coming along. I think you probably just need to lighten it up just a hair more, but not by much. You're really close. I mean,
Okay.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
yeah,
this
that's
is fun.
beautiful.
Hard.
That purple's in it. Good job with the purple. That's an interesting feature and stuff. To go
Yeah, I
that
thought
way.
I'd try it.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
You're gonna find everybody else trying it too, Mike. There you go. Okay, who we got left? I know Sharon. Let's see, we got Teresa. Let's go. Teresa and Sharon, did you guys paint? We got to get these guys the game. Teresa's
Hey,
Mike's.
I didn't paint because I wanted to loosen up and I wanted to see how you handled this.
Okay, no worries, Teresa. I know you'll catch up, right?
Yeah, I'll post it.
Okay, I figured you would. Just thought I'd ask stuff.
Don't
No
forget
problem.
Way down south.
Who's that? You, Sharon?
Ah. It's
No.
Lin-
Oh, Linda. Yeah, where the hell did you go?
I don't know. I can see myself. Oh, there we
You
go.
finally came up. I mean, you went up. You just kind of went from here, poof, flew up to the top.
All right.
So, oh, Linda. Wow, that's beautiful.
I'm
That's
somewhat happy with it. This light's not very good on it though.
Yeah, that's great, Linda.
wow, really pretty, Linda.
Thank you. I don't know how the best.
Wow, congrats. That's a nice arrangement and everything. You move some things around and you got some feeling to those flowers. You painted flowers very often?
No, rarely. I
Yeah.
was really trying to be much looser in this. And I enjoyed it.
Good. I mean, they're not tight at all. They're great. Really nice. So you really kept it loose and very impressionistic. And I like the good colors. Yeah. So far, from what I can tell, it looks really has a lot of life to it. It really was moving really nice when you had when you see the whole thing. That's nice. Good job, girl.
Good, thank you.
Yeah. I
Finish
like
it up and post it. Thank you.
Definitely. Great job.
Thank
All
you.
right. There we go. And Sharon, let's see. Sharon, you still having problems? Let me give Sharon. Okay, Sharon. Nothing's on it with her stuff. We got Jane. Did Jane paint or is she asleep?
No, I didn't paint. I'm watching you.
Oh, you're watching again.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm awake.
okay. Just checking. How's Brody doing?
He's doing great.
Is he good? Good to hear. Okay. Well, guys, that's about it for this one. Next week you might get the photo a little late. We'll see because we got to have a workshop this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we'll see about when I can send out the photo for Monday night. You might not get it till Monday, so look for it and everything. So otherwise than that, thanks for joining me on this adventure. This was an adventure. Like I said, never paid a tulip before and never probably won't again. But but no, just saying. It's one of those things you gotta paint a little bit.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're fun.
Mm.
But okay. Well, next week, like I said, might come a little late, so keep an eye out for it. But we should have class. I'll let you know if something comes up and we don't have class next week. I don't know. I'm just think I got a workshop trying to get back from it and stuff on Monday. Who knows? So keep an eye out for that stuff. Otherwise, thanks for joining and have a great week.
Bye.
All right.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Night.
Happy birthday again.
I know. Oh man. Thanks a lot.